Hi guys, it's LPS Lollipop Productions here and welcome back to another video. So today's video is another one in my collection series and I'm going to be showing you all of my LPS Dachshunds. And as I like to do in these videos, I will be showing them in the order that I got them. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first Dachshund that I got technically isn't a real Dachshund. You'll see what I mean. It is this one here. So of course this LPS is a Dachshund, but it's not typically the mold that people would usually associate with this LPS. Nonetheless, I think this one's really cute, and I also really like her colors together. She reminds me of Sadness from Inside Out. I think somebody made her that in a video, which is probably why I think of that, but I think she's so cute. And she used to belong to my friend when we were younger, and I think I traded for her at school or something. The next Dachshund that I added to my collection is this one here. Obviously, you can tell this one is super simple. There's not much going on in its design apart from the freckles on its mouth. But I think that this Dachshund is absolutely adorable and it's one of my favorites in my collection, honestly. Technically that isn't saying much because I don't have many Dachshunds, but you get my point. I got this one at a flea market when I was younger, and I was so excited, and I named her Ivy. The next Dachshund that I added to my collection is this one here. I actually think that this one is pretty unique because it's modeled so closely after actual dogs, and I guess a lot of the LPS from this first generation did that, but none of the other Dachshunds look like this one, and I think that's really cool. I found this Dachshund in a massive Goodwill lot when I was younger, and I was so excited to get it, and I named him Zach. Lots of good memories of playing with this LPS, not only alone, but with my cousin especially. The next LPS Dachshund that I got is this one. So this LPS is iconic, of course, because she is often associated with the series LPS Popular by Sophie GTV, and for her insane prices online. But I was lucky enough to find her in that same Goodwill lot as the previous Dachshund, and when I say I was thrilled, that would be an understatement. I was freaking out, so happy. This was the dream as a 9-year-old. It would be the dream now even, but like 9-year-old me thinking Savannah Reed was the rarest LPS ever, I was so happy. For me, this LPS is named Mackenzie, and I still love it dearly. My next Dachshund is this one. This LPS, I think, actually has a very interesting story, so I'm gonna tell it to all of you. So basically, my cousin, when she was younger, she collected LPS too. She's the one who introduced me to LPS too. And when she was really little, she used to take a lot of her LPS outside and on camping trips. And unfortunately, she lost a lot of them this way. And one day we were looking at LPS sets online, and we realized some of the LPS she had were in a set with this Dachshund, but she did not have this Dachshund. So we were sad because obviously she lost it, and we would have loved to have it because we would have played with it a lot. But then, one day, after she had quit LPS, she comes up to me and we were hanging out together, and she says, "Oh, by the way, my dad found this LPS buried in the garden when he was outside." And she pulls out this Dachshund. And it's in pretty good condition. It was dirty. I've had to clean it a lot, and there's still some dirt you can see on the mouth that hasn't come off, and it never will. But this LPS spent at least probably at least 7 years buried underground. Keep in mind, we had no memory of her ever owning this LPS apart from seeing the photos, and that means we must have been like really little, because I even remember playing with LPS with her when we were like 5, 6. So this LPS was underground forever, and it survived in mostly perfect condition. I think that's amazing, and I'm so glad I have this LPS. And it feels so special to me because of that backstory. Her name is Maggie for me. Next Dachshund that I got is this one. I feel like this LPS is kind of a staple When I think of LPS Dachshunds, this is one of the first that I think of for some reason. And I think it's a very pretty LPS. Not a ton going on, but I think the designs on the ears are really neat. And same with the ones that are similar on its legs. And I think the teardrop eyes really suit this one. I got it from a trade last year, and its condition wasn't perfect. Its nose was pretty much all chipped off for the paint, but I repainted it, and then I made a short film centered around her, and I love this one, okay? I named it Lola. The next dachshund that I got is another not really dachshund, but I'm calling a dachshund, and it is this one. I got this LPS very recently, I think last month maybe, and it honestly kind of makes me sad because if it didn't have sticker eyes, I would probably love this LPS so much. Like, think about how cute that could be. It's still not terrible, but I don't really like the sticker eye pets a lot of the time because for some of them, like this one, if you turn them to different angles, it looks like they just have giant eye bags, like they're really tired because that's where the eye mold was supposed to be, right? But nonetheless, I think this one has a super cute color scheme and has a lot of potential. And even despite the sticker eyes, I kind of like this one for some reason. I don't know what it is about it, but the longer I look at it, the cuter it gets. And finally, the most recent dachshund to be added to my collection is this one. I saw somebody in my city was selling some of their LPS recently, and this was one of them, and I had to hop on that because I think this one has the prettiest eyes ever. So I don't think any other LPS that I've seen, or that I can think about at least, has this color of purple for their eyes. This is almost more of a pink. And that's so unique for an LPS, and I love it. And that combination with the star eyes, it just makes this one feel so special. She's like a little pop star or something, and I love it. She's very similar to this LPS in the overall design. They seem like they could be sisters or cousins or related somehow. It's just darker coloring on this one, like more of a reddish tone, and more brown on this one, and then obviously the eyes. But still, very similar concept. They still manage to be very different to me though, and I still love both of them for what they are. And that was all of the LPS dachshunds in my collection. I hope that all of you enjoyed seeing them and hearing me talk a bit about how I got them. I thank you all for watching this video. I love you all a lot, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!